Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the November 10th, 2025 School Board of Manatee County meeting. I want to officially call this meeting to order. And day before Veterans Day, I want to open up by thanking all the veterans, not only in the room, but across Manatee County, across this country, that sacrificed their lives and their time and what they've done for this country to be able to move us forward and be able to do the things we love to do. And if it wasn't for the veterans, we wouldn't have that opportunity. So I know we've got several veterans in the office, or excuse me, in the room. So I just want to thank everybody. We just round of applause. I know that's not on the agenda, but thank you very much for your service, and we really appreciate it. All right, we're going to move on to the reading of the district vision, and I have the honor to do that this evening. The school district of Manatee County will be an exemplary student-focused school system that develops lifelong learners to be globally competitive. This evening's invocation is going to be given by Mr. Ed Cleveland. Kawani is a member with me, but also a retired chief of fire and also a veteran himself. A lot of veteran-themed going on this evening. So if you can please stand for the invocation.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. It's interesting, as an old fire chief, I look up and see that picture of the fire academy. Having taught at fire school and training at the old MCC and MJC and at the fire academy, and the things that the school board has done with training and preparing people to, as you did, succeed. It's wonderful to have an opportunity to pray for you this evening. Let's bless and pray the Lord. Father, we thank you for this opportunity to approach you with the needs and the desires of growth and development for this school. We pray, Father, that at the end of this meeting, this board will have worked to achieve that tradition of excellence that they have done for so many years. As we approach Veterans Day, Father, we thank all of the veterans and praise you for having such a great opportunity for this country to have served and protect and defend liberty and freedom. And for this school that has prepared so many thousands upon thousands upon thousands of young men and women who have left Manatee schools to join the armed forces of this country. Thank you for them, Father. And now, Father, as this board meets, will you bless them each as they speak, as they make decisions? Will those decisions be made so that it benefits that tradition of excellence for this school system? And for those who address this board tonight, Father, will you bless them and help them to make comments and plans and help the board make decisions upon those things so that it will benefit this great school system? Thank you, Father, for all of those things, and we'll ask it in your precious and holy name. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you. Please play standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. But before we do that, we're going to start a new tradition here with a veteran-led pledge. So as I describe one of our teachers, one of our employees, Mr. Belantonio, will you and your family come on up? So tonight marks the beginning of a proud new tradition in our public meetings, honoring our veterans by inviting them to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. It is with great pride that we welcome our first veteran to lead us in this tradition, Mr. Thomas Belantonio, Assistant Principal, Lakewood Ranch High School, along with his kiddos. Mr. Belantonio has been serving our students and families as a valued member of the school district for 15 years. Joining him this evening are his two kids, Mateo and Luca, both proud students at Terra Elementary School. Mr. Belantonio answered the call to military service during his senior year at Bayshore High School. He enlisted in the U.S. Army following the terrorist attacks on September 11th, 2001. He served 4 years as an infantryman, achieving the rank of specialist. He served as a member of the 3rd Infantry Division at Fort Stewart in Georgia, completed deployments in Jordan and Iraq in 2003 and 2004. He continued his commitment to serve with the Florida Army National Guard, supporting hurricane disaster relief in 2004 and 2005. His military honors include the U.S. Army Commendation Medal, the Combat Infantry Badge, and the Iraq Campaign Medal. Mr. Belantonio, we thank you for your courageous service to our country, for your continued dedication to the community through your work in education. We invite you and your boys to lead us in the pledge.
All right. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you all very much.
Awesome.
That's really cool.
That is cool.
This special meeting just called, a bunch of little new wrinkles and everything. It's beautiful.
Yes,
That's gonna be a great new tradition to allow our veterans who are now in the education system to come up and do the pledge. So I'm excited about that. All right, moving forward, approval of the agenda board. They're looking for a motion. We did not have any agenda amendments, so looking for a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved.
Second?
So we have our motion and a second. Any board members looking to change agenda, do anything with the agenda?
There we go. Nope.
All right, let's go ahead and vote. And on the approval of tonight's agenda. That passes 5-0. All right, bringing up our celebration and recognitions. Mr. Chapman, come on up. We've got several today that are pretty special, so looking forward to it.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chair and Board, Superintendent. Usually it's Jamie Carson, our Director of Communications, is usually doing this. Not only is she sick today, but she's also an Army veteran. So she happened to take the day off because she was sick, but it also gives her a chance to be home with her children and also obviously celebrate tomorrow. So another veteran in our ranks. So you're stuck with me here today. But part of the celebration today, we have two of our really excellent principals here in the audience that we'd like to just celebrate for a moment. One is our current principal at Bayshore Elementary, who has been named the principal of our new elementary school, Rye Ranch Elementary. So Dr. Melinda Lundy is here for us to celebrate her as the new principal of Rye Ranch Elementary. Also in the audience is our principal, currently our principal at Terra Elementary, and that principal, Laura Campbell, has been named the principal of the new elementary school that is on the agenda today to soon to be named Veterans Elementary. So Laura Campbell will be our new principal at Veterans Elementary, and she's with us here today. Next, our first presentation is from a group that's been good friends of the district, and they have a wonderful scholarship program highlighting part of our curriculum that we need to teach, that we have to teach on November 7th, which is our Victims of Communism Day here in Florida. And so I'd like to call up Jack May, Mark Stanek, and I think Tammy Fitzgerald I saw. There she is, yeah. These three are going to come up and talk to you about the victims of, that's okay. Victims of Communism Day and the scholarship program that these three and many of their colleagues run. So there's some slides here we're going to pull up, and I think Mark is going to lead us. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Chapman. Good evening, board members, Superintendent Breslin, district staff and guests. My name is Mark Stanek, and I'm a resident of Manatee County, residing in School Board District 1. And with me tonight, I have Tamara Fitzgerald and our president, Jack May. We're all members of an organization known as Victims of Communism Florida. We're a 501c3 organization registered in the state of Florida. But allow me to begin my discussion with some disturbing news. First slide, please. Next slide. Okay. Communism, a terrible ideology that was responsible for the murder of over 100 million people, has been gaining acceptance in recent years. In fact, if you look at this chart, according to the recent Cato 2025 Fiscal Policy Survey, the attraction of this abusive and failed ideology by younger people is at an all-time high. And according to this survey, you see, and nearly a third of the respondents in the age group 18 to 29-year-olds actually hold a favorable opinion of communism. But there's some good news, however. Next slide, please. Here in the free state of Florida, our Governor DeSantis, recognizing the harm communism imposes on its citizens, signed HB 395 into law in 2022. Simply put, this law states that it established November 7th as the Victim of Communism Day, which requires high school students to receive 45 minutes of instruction on the evils of communism. The curriculum was, for the state of Florida, was subsequently extended in 2024 by SB 1264, which states that beginning in the 2026-2027 school year, Florida public schools in all grades will study the history of communism, both inside the United States and internationally, with a particular emphasis on Cuba and Latin American countries. And while the governor and the Florida legislature's efforts should be applauded, we feel that the requirement of only 45 minutes of instruction is woefully inadequate to describe the evils of this failed ideology. So in response, in early 2023, a group of us here in Manatee County established a Victims of Communism scholarship program for all high school students here in Manatee County. Next slide, please. Our program seeks to increase the awareness of the failures of communism by convening a workshop or laboratory, if you will, where students hear directly from survivors of communist regimes. In the past, we've had participants from China, Romania, Russia, Cuba, Cambodia, and even North Korea. I'm pleased to report that the program to date has been a huge success. In fact, over the past 2 years, we've awarded nearly $16,000 in scholarship awards. And nearly 200 high school students have participated, and we've conducted 2 workshops featuring noted victims of communism from around the world. And we also we secured sponsorships from other charitable organizations and other organizations, including the VFW, American Legion, Knights of Columbus, and private and business individuals. Next slide, please. Now in its 3rd year, we have a pretty attractive program. We actually award 4 scholarships to students, which includes the category of Best Essay, where we award $1,000, Best Oratory $1,000, and then Best Exhibit. You can think of an exhibit as sort of like a science project. And we also award a Best Overall Award of $5,000. Now these dollars are used for any extension of their education, be it trade school, be it college, be it or junior college, whatever. And this year, for the first time, we've also elected to award the winning student's teacher. I mean, kids don't learn by themselves. We know that, right? So we thought it would be great to try to reward the teachers supporting our students as well. These teachers will be awarded a $250 award for their work. Next slide, please. Now, our program benefits the Manatee County School District in several ways. Obviously, it aligns the school district civics curriculum with the goals of the Florida Department of Education. It enhances the learning experience of students. I mean, it's not every day you can actually, hear from folks who have lived under a communist regime. We provide financial resources to extend student education. We facilitate participation in other scholarship programs. I mean, the work products these kids put out can also be reused to submit for other scholarships, even on a nationwide basis. So it's in many ways to win using the work product from our program. And it also provides recognition for both the student and the teacher. So we think it's a pretty solid program. And this year, we've extended the program to include students and teachers in Sarasota County as well. And in order to participate, all the students have to do is to attend a mandatory workshop. This is our laboratory. Well, they're actually here from people who had lived under communist regimes. We're having our workshop this year at the State College of Florida on December 6th. Okay. Now, here's the bad news, though. As of today, we have 37 students enrolled. There are 2 from Manatee County High Schools. We have a senior from Parish Community, and we have a senior from Braden River High, and that's it. If you can go to the next slide. So with over $9,000 of awards, something local, kids don't have to travel, and there's incentives even for the teachers. We're looking for ways to help promote our program to the students. We have a deadline of December 4th, so we're still about a month away. That's ample time. We appreciate all the efforts in promoting our program in past years, and hopefully we can do something this year to garner some more support. So with that, if you have any questions, my 2 colleagues here and myself, be happy to answer it.
Sure, with me?
Yeah.
Thank you for the presentation, Mr. Stanek, Mr. May. I forget. Ms. Fitzgerald, thank you. Baghdad Tammy, that's like one of the best email addresses I've ever seen.
That's right.
No doubt, I'm sure there is. If anybody is listening to this now, obviously we're coming up on the deadline. How do they get involved? How do they participate?
Easy. We have there's a website. We have a flyer that's already been distributed. You have a copy of it?
Right
Here it is. We have this flyer that's already been distributed to students via Peach Jar. I guess.
Oh, yeah.
Peach jar.
Okay, so everybody should have this. And in fact, we've also been speaking with principals of the 7 Manatee County high schools, urging them to have the kids sign up for this and, answering questions. So yeah, doesn't take much. Just fill out a form. Everything's online. Yeah, so it's somewhat seamless.
Okay, great. Thank you for that.
Yep.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Awesome.
Yeah, thank you all very much.
That's
Really
great.
appreciate your time. Yes, sir.
I clicked. So I just wanted to make the point that I went to last week. I went and watched a 98-year-old lady talk about the Holocaust, and an actual someone who lived through it and went through it. And so I've been to your events where you have people that come and have lived through the horrors of some of these communist regimes, and it's just as moving as what I saw with the lady who went through the Holocaust. So I would encourage people not only to participate in this event and sign up for the scholarships that are available, but also just to come and be at the event. I think there's an opportunity for the public to attend. Is there?
Oh, by all means, yeah.
Opportunity for the public to attend. Yeah, and then hopefully, make a little contribution. I have made a contribution to the scholarship fund because I think it's a very worthy cause. So thank you for doing this. And
Yeah, well, thank you. And our website, it's easy. It's vocflorida.org. And I just have one question I'm asking Superintendent Breslin. Congratulations in your new position.
Thank you.
Is there any advice that you can provide us as to how we can get the word out and increase our participation from Manatee County high schools?
Well, I think being here is a great step. So thank you for your time and for being here tonight and for supporting our students. You've spoken to principals. I know that Mr. Jensen and Mrs. Scarborough have also echoed the opportunity, and I know schools are actively working on it.
Okay.
And so we'll keep that momentum moving forward.
All right, fantastic.
Absolutely.
I appreciate
Thank
it
you.
very much. And thank you for having us
you
here
guys.
this evening.
Thank you.
Thank you all very
Thank
much.
you. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
have a good evening.
Can I just add that, of course, the members of the school board are welcome to attend our workshop on December 6th, our judging activity on January 17th, and then our award ceremony will be on January 31st. And we'll be happy to provide you the details, but we welcome you.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah,
Okay,
okay.
excellent.
Great.
Yeah, please.
All
provide
right.
that.
Thank you.
Thank you all very much.
Just to wrap up, I think Tammy and Jackie both served our country, so thank you on this day
Yeah.
of Veterans Day. So thank you.
You were worth it.
Thank you. Next, we're going to have Dr. Ganzamir and Kelly Kennedy, my colleagues, talk about Farm City Week, which I think starts next week. And this is our annual celebration and recognition of Farm City Week. So I'm going to hand it over here to Dr. Ganzamir and Ms. Kennedy. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Chapman. Good evening, Churcho, board,
Good evening.
superintendent, staff. I'd like to thank you for having us here today. As you know, we have many schools that have vibrant
agriculture programs in our schools. And so tonight, it's my pleasure to be here with Ms. Kennedy, who is our Assistant Director for Career and Technical Education, to share with you information about the 2025 Farm City Week. Farm City Week was conceived by the Kiwanis International more than 65 years ago to promote the interaction between the city folk and the farming and ranching community. This year, we celebrate Manatee Farm City Week with the theme, Keeping Ag Alive in 2025. The aim of this theme is to highlight the importance of agriculture in Manatee County while recognizing the need to preserve land, resources, and farming, as well as ranching as a way of life. It's with my pleasure that I present to you Ms. Kennedy right now. She presents to you more facts and more events about Farm City Week. Ms. Kennedy?
Good evening, Mr. Chair, board members, Dr. Breslin, and staff. As Dr. Gansmer said, it's our pleasure to be here this evening to share some of the great things that are happening in our district as part of the 2025 Farm City Week activities. While there are many people and commodities that could be highlighted as being instrumental in creating the foundation for the diverse agricultural environment that we enjoy in Manatee County today, this year the committee chose to highlight the importance of keeping ag alive in 2025, particularly in Manatee County. It's my privilege to represent the members of the Farm City Week Committee that includes some of the most involved farmers, ranchers, nurserymen, and community leaders in our county. They make my job of the Farm City Week Committee Chair very easy. I can't tell you what an honor it is to chair this committee. Many of you have seen me do this presentation for several years and have come to know that I am very proud of all the career and technical education programs in our district, but agriculture is close to my heart as I come from a long line of farmers and ranchers, and I will take every opportunity given to me to talk about agriculture in Manatee County. I believe it's just that important. As a county, we enjoy rich agricultural history, and I can't say thank you enough to this board for the support and encouragement you provide our programs. As a board, you have demonstrated that support by endorsing the agriculture curriculum frameworks for kindergarten through 5th grade that we have submitted to the state for approval, and we are hopeful that this year it will actually get approved. You have demonstrated that support and your willingness to start one of the first elementary ag programs in the state of Florida at Mayaca City Elementary, which has become a model for other elementary ag programs around the state, even though we don't have the curriculum frameworks yet. We are also excited that 4th and 5th graders at Harvey North River Ranch are getting exposure to ag this year. We've strengthened the emphasis in our elementary ag curriculum to highlight those highly tested science standards that are so important. We currently teach some form of agriculture, animal science, horticulture, vet assisting, or agritechnology at 6 high schools, 7 middle schools, 1 K-8, and 1 elementary. And we hope that will continue to expand in the future. It is rare to find a district where ag programs are being added, but Manatee is the exception. We're also exceptional when it comes to the contribution this county makes to the marketability of agriculture. The market value of agriculture programs in Manatee County is ranked 2nd in the state, and of the 692 plus farms, most all are family owned, somewhere around 90%. Agriculture is always evolving, growing, changing, and adapting. Modern ag is a sophisticated industry that harnesses the power of technology, science, and innovation. Today's producers are achieving more with less, growing higher yields on less land, and a smaller environmental footprint, thanks to cutting-edge tools and research-driven practices. Manatee County's agriculture sector not only stands out for its scale and diversity, but also for its resilience. Operating in one of the nation's most complex environments, facing unique challenges like pest pressures, climate variability, urban encroachment, international competition, and evolving regulations, our farmers continue to adapt and thrive. The University of Florida IFAS Extension remains a vital partner, working hand in hand with local producers to conduct research, test new methods, and foster innovation that supports the long-term success and sustainability of agriculture in Manatee County. One of the reasons for that adaptability is the support that our ag programs get from their Career and Technical Student Organization, the FFA organization. While no longer called Future Farmers of America, their mission to provide premier leadership, personal growth, and career success through agricultural education remains the same. There's an old saying about FFA that says it's more than cows, plows, and sows. That statement is very true. FFA is a co-curricular organization that comes alongside what is happening in the agriculture classrooms and gives students the opportunity to demonstrate their knowledge and skills in science, business, and technology skills, the skills that they will need to become productive citizens and informed consumers, whether or not they ever pursue a career in agriculture. Our ag students learn about the latest innovations in STEM and other academic pursuits while also exploring career interests, preparing for the future, and making a positive difference in the lives of those around them. Because of the students who are involved in agriculture, we know that agriculture will continue to innovate, automate, and grow more food on less land than ever before. During Farm City Week, we recognize the Agriculturalist of the Year at the Kiwanis Luncheon on November 18th. We will host nearly 2,000 third graders, more than ever before, at the fairgrounds on November 19th and 20th for our Ag Venture Day. And we'd love for you to attend. If you'd like more information, just let me know. That day exposes them to various aspects of agriculture and helps them understand where their food comes from by teaching them about bees, watersheds, forest fires, tomato growing, and my personal favorite, how to make butter. Our county 4-H and FFA students have a large role in helping to make this day a success by serving as group leaders and presenters. Our 4-H and FFA students will also be well represented this weekend at the Bradenton Downtown Farmers Market on Saturday from 9 to 2, so come see them. Prior to the start of Farm City Week, our students also have written essays and given speeches, and the winners will be recognized at the Ag Hall of Fame luncheon on Friday, November 21st, where we will induct a new member into the Manatee County Ag Hall of Fame. We're also excited to offer our farm tours to the public on Friday, November 14th, which unfortunately I understand is sold out. This year, Farm City Week has a bountiful variation of things to offer the public, and we look forward to the continued support of the Manatee County School Board. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well done. Thank you.
No. Look forward to Kiwanis lunch next week for the Farm
Yes.
City. It's always a good one.
Tuesday. Always a good one. It's always good stuff.
Chet,
Yes.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, no, I just have a quick trivia question. I just want to know if the answer to the question about what is Manatee County's largest agricultural yield, is that the right word?
That would be the
I don't want to
correct way
give it away, but is it still the same vegetable that it's always been?
I honestly don't know off the top of my head, but I would guess yes.
All right, well, I'm gonna make our students go find that out for themselves.
Okay. Okay. But one thing that is quickly coming up in production and recognition is aquaculture, which is not the answer to the question, but
Gotcha, okay.
so.
But it's up and coming, yeah.
Couple things real quick. Number one, cows, sows, and plows. I remember talking to some farmers. It's not my forte. I haven't been out on farms much in my life. But, you know, MTC, there are a lot of jobs at MTC that the agricultural community needs. They need electricians and they need plumbers and a lot of diesel mechanics, for instance. So it is more than cows, sows, and plows. And the second thing I wanted to mention, we'd all like, I think I'll speak for everybody, to get some information on these events. But I'd like to encourage everybody to send them to Ms. Cox, Laura Cox, find her email address. Because what happens if you send it directly to us, then maybe we'll drop it on our calendar, and somehow it'll work its way to Ms. Cox, and then she'll drop it on our calendar, and then we'll have double things on our calendar, and it's just easier for just to send one email to her, and then she'll drop it. And we can RSVP, and she'll get back to you and let you know which one of us are coming and those type of things. But yeah, I'd like to know what the events are and what's available, and I'll try to get through a few of them if I can.
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you very much. That's all I have.
Thank you.
Ag Venture was the first thing I went to as a new school board member last year, and my kids had gone to it when they were young as well. And it's wonderful. I just got so much joy out of watching these kids walk around, and they're looking at the animals, and their eyes get this big, and they're like, ooh, and they get to pet the horse and see the cow and hold the bunnies and and everything, and just how much wonder they have. And to be able to inspire that wonder, I love that about that program.
Well, thank you. And it's important to know that they're not just petting bunnies and looking at cows. Everything that they do at Ag Venture ties into a lesson.
Mm-hmm.
So if they're petting a bunny, they're also learning about how to care for that animal. If they're looking at a cow, that's usually where they make the butter. So they learn that, you have to have cream. And they sit there and shake it, shake it, shake it.
And the interesting one of all the parts the cows and such that are made into the regular everyday things that we use.
The beef byproducts
Yes.
presentation, which is presented by our ag students.
Yeah.
So that's pretty exciting to see kind of a full circle moment with many of our junior and senior ag students who are actually doing the presentations.
Yeah.
But thank you.
Good stuff.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
And our final presentation is for Holocaust Education Week. This week marks Holocaust Education Week in Florida, a time dedicated for remembrance, reflection, and learning. To begin, let's hear from one of our valued educators, Mr. Joe Baker from Buffalo Creek Middle School, who will share his experience and dedication to Holocaust education. So I'd like to invite Mr. Baker up to share his experience.
I would like to thank the superintendent and the school board for allowing me a few minutes to speak about the amazing opportunities and resources available to educators in Manatee County to better enable us to teach the important lessons of the Holocaust. Katie Walt frequently sends us emails with information regarding these resources. I urge my colleagues in the district to please read them and take advantage of them. They can end up changing the lives of your students. For example, because of Katie's emails and contact with her, I met Betty Zarrett, who is the head of the Holocaust Education Initiative for the Jewish Federation of Sarasota and Manatee. I cannot possibly explain to you in the few minutes that I have the numerous ways that she has helped me visit at our school, enabled us to participate in the worldwide Daffodil Project, which honors the memory of the children who were murdered in the Holocaust. She made possible visits by Holocaust survivors, like the remarkable Jeanette Hirsch, who you're going to meet this evening, who visited my students last Friday and had an amazing impact upon them. It was also because of Betty that I was encouraged to apply for the Classroom Without Borders Poland Personally Holocaust Study Seminar that I was fortunate enough to participate in last summer, organized by Sippy Gur. This was a life-changing experience for me. I've brought back lessons that I've created from that experience. So I would urge my colleagues to take advantage of it. It's not only important to teach the Holocaust to avoid denial and distortion and anti-Semitism. More importantly to me, it is the vehicle we can use to help our students understand the power of one, and that they each can make a difference, and it's important that they become upstanders. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Baker.
So, Mr. Baker, on behalf of the superintendent and the school board, we just wanted to give you this certificate to honor your commitment to Holocaust education and your amazing work you're doing in the classroom. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah. And next, as Mr. Baker mentioned, I'd like to bring up to the podium Betty Zarrett from the Jewish Federation of Sarasota Manatee. She is a great friend of the school district and is here to introduce really a very special guest of honor. So Betty, if you'd like to come up and share with us who our special guest is today.
Thank you, Mr. Chapman.
Yeah.
Board Chair, board members, Superintendent Breslin, congratulations. It's so nice to see those of you whom I've met before again, and I'm looking very much forward to seeing and meeting those with whom I have not yet met. At its heart, Holocaust education is not just about the past. It's about helping our students think today about kindness, courage, and moral responsibility. It is about inspiring them to stand up for what is right. By empowering teachers and engaging students, the Jewish Federation of Sarasota Manatee helps to inspire the next generations to remember, to act, and to stand against anti-Semitism, prejudice, and all forms of hate. Each year, Holocaust Education Week reminds us that education is our strongest defense against hatred and our most powerful tool for hope. We're privileged to partner each year with the Manatee School District, the curriculum staff, Katie Wald, the incredible Katie Wald, and your educators to help make Holocaust studies meaningful and accessible. Our programs follow state education standards and center on understanding and recognizing anti-Semitism both in history and in the world today. We offer teachers a curated collection of resources, including professional learning opportunities, an online Holocaust Education Resource Center, and age-appropriate, innovative, and creative programming, along with visits from Holocaust survivors and second-generation speakers. In fact, in the last 10 years, over 20,000 students in the Sarasota and Manatee County areas have had the life-changing opportunity to hear a Holocaust survivor share their story not only of survival, but of courage, inner strength, resilience, and hope. And today I am honored to introduce you to Jeanette Hirsch, a Holocaust survivor from France, who for 4 years of absolute fear and terror was a hidden child while her parents and the rest of her family resisted the onslaught of the Nazi regime until she was liberated by American soldiers. And so we too honor all of the veterans who were liberators and all of those veterans since. Jeanette, who will be 98 years old at the end of this month, and whose nickname is Gigi, is a frequent guest speaker in the schools, and as Mr. Baker shared, joined his class last Friday. She'll share with you why she chooses to share her story and what message she hopes to convey to the students. And having attended her visit to Buffalo Creek last week, I can assure you that in addition to Mr. Baker's extraordinary scholarship and his amazing and awesome teaching skills, each of his students was truly inspired by Gigi's story. If I'd like to welcome Ms. Jeanette or Gigi Hirsch to the podium.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much for letting me explain to you that I need to do what I'm doing, and I think that God is letting me live longer because of it. Thanks to Manatee County and Sarasota County, I've been going to different schools, telling my story to children. I was not in concentration camp. I was called a hidden child. I am very lucky to be here. I have many stories to tell them. I can speak for an hour and a half without stop. But what is important is for the schools to ask me to come and tell my stories to the children in order for them to know the Holocaust did happen, and I want them, their children, to know that the Holocaust did happen. This is the most important part of the reason why I'm speaking. And I hope that you're going to invite me to one of your schools and let me speak and have the children listen to my stories. I thank you very much for inviting me. I don't know if I forgot a few things to say, but in the meantime, I am 98, so I have the right to forget.
Thank you very much. We really appreciate the time. And I just want to mention, I grew up on a farm, and I had a baby goat, and so I totally related to what the person who spoke before, because I think dealing with animals is the best education possible. So thank you again. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Hirsch and Ms. Zarrett, for being here tonight. Obviously, Ms. Hirsch, we will have you back at our schools every year because of your incredible story to share with our students. So that really ends our recognitions and celebrations today. And there was a theme through there. You can guess the theme, but thank you for your patience, and thank you everybody for coming here tonight as we get to work on a lot of these things that we need to get to in our classroom. So thank you, Board.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Kevin.
All right, we have one public comment this evening before we get to another report and presentation section. Martha Jacobs. Evening.
Good evening. Good evening, Chair Choate, Superintendent Breslin, and members of the board. My name is Martha Jacobs, and I'm speaking on behalf of families and community members who are very concerned about what will happen tomorrow, November 11th, when the state's new Schools of Hope rule goes into effect. Under this rule, charter operators can move into public schools labeled as underutilized. Families in Manatee are worried that this could happen in our community without notice or input. Parents want to understand what this means, which schools could be affected, and what protections the district has in place. We're asking the board to take 4 steps. First, please publicly share any charter intent letters that are sent to the district. Second, during your public workshops this month, please provide families with the utilization data so they can understand how and why redistricting decisions are being made. Third, please adopt a resolution stating that Manatee County opposes forced charter co-locations and will protect local control. And fourth, please communicate this week with families about what is changing and how the district plans to respond. We know this board cares about transparency and our public schools. Taking these actions would show families that you are leading with honesty, understanding strong for the values our community believes in. I thank you for your time, your leadership, and for your continued commitment to the students, teachers, and staff of Manatee County. Colonel Tatum, with tomorrow being Veterans Day, I'd like to take the opportunity to thank you for your service to our country.
Yes, ma'am. You're welcome.
Thank you all.
Thank you very much. All right, moving on to reports and presentations. If y'all want to come up, PAL group want to come on up. This presentation is going to be made by the Manatee County Police Athletic League, also on behalf of the city as well with the city park in collaboration. And so we've been talking about this for a while, and as they make their way, Dr. Breslin, I'll give it over to you to kind of start us off, introduce who we got, and then we'll go from there.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. And thank you, board members. We have a wonderful presentation that really is
That's fine. Yeah, because we'll see you.
really is an invitation to join in to what is going to be a change in our community. As you all know, and I know that you echo this with me, with deep commitment and love for everything happening in our county, we have an opportunity here to join forces for a great cause, and that is a cause that is going to align with what we're doing as a school district to support early learning, to support adult education, to support what's happening around one of our elementary schools, Rogers Elementary School. So we have Principal Escorzia here with our elementary school. We have Dr. Sheila Halpin here, Director of Early Learning, and we have Dr. Gansmer here, Executive Director of Career and Technical Education. And so thank you to our guests who are also here to share this vision and really what can be a game changer for our community.
All right, thank you very much. So yeah, we've got obviously members of the PAL board and obviously the sheriff. Thank you for joining us, Mayor Brown, as well. We're putting up some of the renderings of what the PAL Community Center is going to look like, and we'll have that up on the screen as well. You may want to move those back. I know there's a lot of them. There's a lot of pictures.
I could stand.
Yeah.
Bring them all the way
Yeah,
to
that we got.
All the way back.
Bring them all the way up to the edge, Laura.
Yeah, and then we can at least see.
Thank you, Laura.
God bless you.
Thanks, Willie.
That one's fine. That one's far back. Yeah. No, that one needs to go. The one that she had. We'll have some of these pictures up on the screen too for everybody else. And
I'll just stand. Nobody can see me down here. I'll stand.
That's the key.
On the dais or?
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding, Miss Ray. We love you. So I don't know who wants to start it off. Bruce, all right. Sounds good. And yeah, we'll go from there.
Can you hear me? Okay, well,
We got
Yeah.
first time here, so sorry if I get a little bit out of line. But we have a great group of people. Thank you, Superintendent. That's a great introduction. So certainly do appreciate you and your involvement. And Speaker, as well as school board members, thank you so very much for having us. I'm going to lead off, and I'm not going to get into the weeds. I'm going to let others get into that. But for the community and for the school board, our organization, nonprofit, it's run by community members. And within those community members, we're engineers, we're lawyers, we're educators, we're in manufacturing, we're in textiles, and we're in construction. So within our organization of our board of Manatee PAL, we encompass all of those areas. And with that, we bring a lot of good insight. Obviously, it goes without speaking, we also have our sheriff's office, both the Bradenton PD and the Manatee County Sheriff's Office within our ranks. So with that being said, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm an engineer, I have an engineering business. It'll be 30 years next year, same number of years that our organization, Manatee PAL, has been running since 1997. So it's encompassed 4 decades, and in one more year, it'll be 30 years. So it's fantastic. And our goal, we've been bringing families, children, education, and sports, all encompassing into one output. And when you bring families together with education and sports, we just have a great opportunity to develop our youth and for long-term develop our own community. So with that being said, I'll turn it over to Mr. Carl Reynolds.
So I'm Carl Reynolds, and I'm one of these attorneys that are involved in this process. You might wonder why would he be involved with this at all. And Dr. Breslin, thank you again for the introduction, esteemed members of the school board. And so just quickly, I was raised in Central Florida, and I was lucky to be a product of a fairly robust boys and girls program, organization there. And I learned some values outside the classroom through my sports activities, values of teamwork, of discipline, of accountability, responsibility, coachability through that, primarily through basketball. Well, fast forward to my journey here to Manatee County. I met a gal from Bradenton. She's 4th generation Bradentonian. And this is where we decided to establish our roots. And when our oldest expressed an interest in playing basketball, I asked around, and fortunately, someone pointed me to PAL. I didn't know about PAL, okay? I didn't grow up here. But we went there, and I became passionate about it. Through my journey through the Boys and Girls Club, I had the opportunity to be exposed to a rich racial and cultural diversity that I wouldn't have gotten anywhere else. And I was able to see past those superficial lines and really focus on the value of teamwork and of working hard with each other. And so my son and my sons got the opportunity to do that through the PAL program. And so why we're here, fast forward to that, is because there's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I believe there's been unparalleled cooperation between the city, the county, the sheriff's office, the police department, housing authority, private enterprises to create a home for PAL. And not just a home, but a gem for our community to serve the most vulnerable, our inner city and at-risk youth, our Title I students, right? It's right next to Rogers Elementary is where this is going to be as part of this general city park product. So there's opportunities for preschool instruction, facilities for adult education, tutoring and life skills, not only for PAL athletes, but all in the community where PAL has its home, which again is right there in the highest need area. And of course, there are opportunities for facilities to allow our public schools, including our charter schools, without adequate gyms and fields to host basketball games, volleyball games, soccer, lacrosse, and football games and practices. So we don't want the school board to miss out on this collaboration. We felt duty bound to share this with you. To invest in a facility that will stand as a monument of our community's investment in and our support of our Title I students, our inner city youth, and our at-risk youth. Thank you.
Thank you. Chair Choate, School Board, Dr. Breslin. Some of you know that the passion is there. Obviously, I grew up through the Boys Club in my years. And coming here today to talk about kind of what we're going to do with this City Park Community Center, PAL's going to operate it. Listening, I got a great opportunity last week to sit with Mr. Tatum and Mrs. Spray and listen to a lady talk at 98 years old about the Holocaust. And I thought about that, you know, and really what we learned. And when I was in school in Manatee County, you had to, senior year, you had to take AVC. Well, what does AVC mean? American versus Communism. So we're teaching kids stuff. And I really didn't know I was going to bring that up in this presentation, but when we talk about what we can do to collaborate, and then, oh, we go to Farm City Week. Well, Mr. Jackson at Harley Middle School, that we grew the corn, and then I get Mr. Hewitt in FFA in high school at Bayshore, and we learned things from that. Now, obviously, I didn't go into the farm business, but it taught me things. And when I looked at this and talking about today, many years ago, we did a collaboration with 7 different entities in Palmetto. Most of you are probably aware of Palmetto L, where it used to be. And it was with a youth organization right next to it that put a gym and other facilities that worked with the school district over there, with not just Palmetto Little League, with all the other groups involved just for girls. And so when this opportunity came up, and I was sitting with an 84-year-old matriarch over in East Bradenton that they were doing an affordable housing duplex, and it was about 2 years ago as the process was starting with City Park, she looked at me and she said, Mayor Brown, I'm 84 years old, I'm gonna die soon. Our community has, I've seen a lot in the black community, and she goes, you got a granddaughter now. And you know, she's beautiful, I've seen the pictures on Facebook. And she goes, but my best girlfriend's granddaughter is gonna be a grandmother. So I wasn't really thinking, you know, her and I were just sitting there waiting, and she goes, no, listen to me. My best girlfriend's granddaughter is gonna be a grandmother. So then I said, well, how old is your girlfriend? She goes, 78. And I said, well, how old is her granddaughter? She said, 30. So I said, how old is her daughter? She said, 15, and she's pregnant. And that is, and then doing a little bit more research and looking, I could probably go over there right now and find 5 or 6 families that have a 15-year-old pregnant in that neighborhood, and it's the 40-year-old drug dealer getting the 15-year-old girl pregnant in that neighborhood. And all of this kind of started with, how are we going to change that? What are we going to do to change that? We had a plaque grand opening of the Negro League in front of Lecom Park, you know, starting the trail. And I said that, and I kind of surprised everybody. And one of the ladies there, that her grandfather was in the Negro League, and we were celebrating that, which got, you know, Major League Baseball going with the African American with Jackie Robinson. But she said, Mayor Brown, please keep saying that, and don't say that the 40-year-old drug dealer is getting the 15-year-old girl pregnant. He's raping her. Yeah. Exactly. Because that's what he's doing. And we've got to change a generational group of opportunity. This opportunity came up. City Park is going to be a great economic driver for our community, but Powell Community Center is going to change Rogers, which is one of our forest performing schools. And even back when it was approved 3-2, and it probably shouldn't have been approved in that neighborhood because it's been a failing school since day one. I'm not telling you anything, I'm just telling you what I've learned. The most important thing now is, how are we going to change generationally? Those 15-year-old girls aren't going to get pregnant. How are we going to give them hope? You know, we've worked with this now for a couple of years with the previous county commissioners, and the school, the county is willing to put bus stops in front of it, so when they take their 3-year-old to pre-K there, then they can go to MTC, they can go to State College of Florida. Those are opportunities that not just be the Powell building, but it's also going to be a community center, a library in it, different opportunities. We have worked to make this part of it. You see the diagram right in front of me. we, on our Wednesday's council meeting, we have the sales agreement that we will purchase all of that property that will be owned, and we have a pad ready for PAL to start building it hopefully sometime in second to third quarter of next year. So, and this whole project will hopefully be done with all of it by sometime third quarter 28, and it's going. So it's going to change the neighborhood. It's putting in front of, working with our principal at Rogers, putting a playground and a splash pad out in front of it, putting a miracle field right there connected. So the school district will be able to use all of this every time it's in, and working with our security, making sure everything is right for what this needs, the school needs. So I can go on forever about it, but they're going to be yelling at me, but it's just something that if we're going to change generationally something, we need everybody to be involved in. It's such a collaboration, and we see how Palmetto L and that all collaborated many years ago, and I'm just proud to be doing that again in the school district. So thank you.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you.
Mayor. For those who don't know me, my name is Janine Ament, and I am from here and appreciate bringing groups together to collaborate. And tonight I'm speaking on behalf of the Bradenton Housing Authority. I have the pleasure of serving as a volunteer as one of their commissioners. And knowing every day the importance of collaboration, even in my 9-to-5 job, I say over at the Performing Arts Center, this project truly is bringing multiple aspects of our community together. The leadership behind this project is like none other that I've seen in a long time. The Bradenton Housing Authority had a special meeting last week where we voted unanimously to provide, at no dollar earned by the Housing Authority, the opportunity for the city to have this property so that PAL was able to have the land that they needed unencumbered by any lease agreement with the Housing Authority. We know that this vision will also help us with our 5-year plan that we submitted to HUD. Young children education, adult education really is part of the HUD model when you build neighborhoods. It's not just about building housing. It's about building a social network of support around individuals who can get to it without having to worry about long travel. And so being able to provide the young children who are living in this community access to just some amazing programs that PAL has been able to put together, and what we see in the future is something even better. And that's why we fully support the project and are willing to do whatever we can as a group of individuals to help make sure that it does come to fruition.
Good evening. My name is Jason Bartz with NDC Construction, and together with Steve Pageant with PBK Architects, who's in the audience tonight, we've been tasked as the design builder to deliver this fantastic facility for PAL. Manatee PAL's mission is all about giving young people safe, positive alternatives to crime and drugs through sports and education. This new facility will be designed to meet that mission by combining recreation, learning, and family engagement all under one roof. I want to stress tonight that the boards in front of us, or on the floor plans on your screens, are simply concept plans. We're very early in the design phase, and the design is truly flexible. On the first floor, you'll see a large gymnasium that will house 3 full-size basketball courts that will also be lined to support volleyball. In addition to your typical utility rooms, the facility will have men's, women's, gangs restrooms, ample equipment storage, and a large concession area that will serve both the gymnasium and the outdoor athletic field that you see on the renderings. It'll also have several small multi-purpose rooms for mentoring, tutoring opportunities, and small group programs. On the second floor, it'll have offices to support the PAL staff, as well as a large multi-purpose room. One unique feature of the design that you'll see is an open-air covered balcony on the second floor that will provide spectators the opportunity to look down into the gym or out over the athletic field during practices or games, which will truly be appreciated by many, getting out of that Florida heat that we all know so well. The PAL truly has a great opportunity to partner with the school district. As I said, we're so early in the process that we can incorporate new educational opportunities, whether it be a SOAR and 4 lab on the first floor, adult education, or partnering with Rogers Garden Elementary next door to utilize the facility during school hours, whether it be the outdoor basketball court or the artificial turf athletic field just adjacent to the school. These programs will truly help PAL become more than just an athletic center, but truly become the community learning hub that Gene touched on that will support students, parents, and adults all together. So we look forward to collaborating with your team on utilizing this space, creating these new programs, and delivering this community center that the community truly deserves.
I really want to thank you for giving us the opportunity to speak. Chair Choate, board members, Dr. Breslin, thank you so much. I'm going to cut this short because less is more. You know what we're trying to do. We spoke to all of you. This is a very important partnership. We want you to be a part of it. PAL's mission, their goals today is the same as the goals in 1997, to help young men and women succeed in our community. It's important for us to build PAL in this exact location. Many of us remember when the Boys Club was there right off of 9th Street. That was taken away from that community. When we had the 13th Avenue Youth Center on the corner of 1st Street and 13th Avenue, that is gone. We believe that PAL could become that community center, not only to help those that want to participate in athletics, but to be there as mentors, tutors, and giving them an opportunity to academically improve as well. We have a great relationship with Rogers Gardens Elementary. I know it's in the city, but we have done so much with them. We continue to work with them. It's a great school, and we try to help them as much as we can. My staff is constantly there participating in whatever events they have that they want us to participate in. We will be the main occupants of PAL. We will run PAL. There's no financial obligation when it comes to day-to-day operations. My staff will be there. I have 3 deputies that will be at PAL as they are now. The only difference between what we do now and what we can do hopefully in 3 to 4 years is we won't have to rent fields throughout the county and just try to make this work. We're making it work, but since the Team Success purchased the property, it's been harder for us to maintain that consistency that we want. We have a lot of work to do. We want you to be a part of it, and we really thank you for listening to us, for engaging, and helping us make these dreams come true. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair.
Good evening.
Good evening, Board Chair, Board members, Dr. Breslin. I want to thank you for allowing us to speak tonight. My name is Ron Allen. I'm with NDC. In my 41 years of being in the Manatee County market, both from a business and community, you really hope that you have the opportunity to be involved in what I think is such a changing program for the community. All the wonderful people you heard from earlier really have dedicated a lot of their time and effort to the PAL philosophy and also taking their programs and showing you what there is. But my point in being in front of you tonight is to sort of tell you where we are today as far as the school board is concerned. We felt that because of the community, because of the needs in the community, nothing would be more important than to include the school board, not in the POW activities, but in other activities that can better shape this program for the future for the project. Nowhere can you find the facilities available or the cost associated in today's world with adding your early education and your early learning, your adult education, your sports, your recreation side of the equation or sporting side with your elementary school. If you tried to program those into buildings, you would spend a fortune in today's world, unfortunately. As Jason described from NDC, we're sort of at a point now where we really want to make this the community icon of the future. And that includes you as the school board and the school facilities in those areas. And so what we're asking for tonight is we're asking you to say, this is really a good idea. This is a good idea for both the school board, the community, everybody involved does well. We'd like to have you authorize or work towards authorizing the ability for your staff and you as a board to work with POW on the design of some of those features to go into the building, because we have room to do it. That we can then create those at, again, a much less expenses if you were trying to do it on your own. But we think the collaborative nature of having POW with the sheriff's department and all the things in the surrounding area, there isn't a better opportunity than there is today to sort of get on board with what this process is or what this thought is. And we just think that this can be much more than what we would just have included originally as a PAL center. So that's sort of our ask tonight, and we appreciate very much the time and the opportunity to allow us to present for tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Howard.
And
know
Board
we've got
Chair,
some-
we have a couple guests up here and Dr. Gansemer as well to talk about what the space would mean for their work.
Good evening. I am Dr. Sheila Halpin, and I am the Director of Early Learning, and I am being joined by Jeremiah Bowman, who is with our
You had to move that mic a little bit. There you go.
with Jeremiah
Perfect.
Bowman, who is with the Manatee Education Foundation, who is the fiscal agent for the Soarin' 4 program. And as you know, on September 19th, we had a ribbon cutting for our first Soarin' 4 lab, and I wanted to provide you with some data since that grand opening. So as you know, reading proficiency doesn't just happen at third grade. The Soarin' 4 mission is to activate parents to support literacy and math skills at home, and we do that through modeling the Florida Early Learning Developmental Standards. The capacity at our current SOAR lab is 90, and families typically stay about 2 hours at a time. We are seeing our daily average attendance during open lab hours is between 40 and 70. And in the 7 weeks since our grand opening, we have had 1,370 adults and children play and learn at the lab with us. We have hosted 7 pre-K field trips to the lab. We have held 2 open houses for community organizations and foundations hosted by Mr. and Mrs. Roskamp. We have hosted learning tours for the following departments for the school district: the ESOL department, Title I, Transportation, District Leadership, and we have a Title I Principals meeting scheduled in the lab this week. We hosted an adult team building and play date for Suncoast United Way. We hosted 22 USF teacher interns and their instructors. We have trained 112 pre-K teachers at the lab. We held 2 trainings for 112 pre-K paraprofessionals. We hosted 1 SOAR advocacy team meeting with parents and caring adults from the 7 surrounding Title I schools. And we hosted Daughtry's SAC and ESOL meeting at the lab, and that was all within 7 weeks. And although we are on a county bus route, an MCAT route, to our lab, to take a bus from the Rogers Garden area to the current SOAR lab is over an hour on the bus. So Soarin' 4 pledges to support the PAL program in the following ways. We would like to provide a storybook trail and a giveaway library to the PAL location. And if they have space, in whatever space they have available, we would love to support having a mini lab there or pop-up events as we do in our county library system. We also are happy to share that we have 6 5-star reviews on Google. So we are very happy that our
We're getting there.
parents are advocating for other parents to come to the lab, but we know transportation can be a barrier for many of our families. So we just see this as an opportunity to grow Soren 4 into a neighborhood that may have trouble getting to our current lab space.
Jeremiah Bowman, Director of Educational Programs for the Manatee Education Foundation. Just want to say that we are honored to be the nonprofit partner of this project. We've had several conversations when Mayor Brown and Mr. Perry invited us in, and we're excited to help coordinate those conversations through pre-K all the way through adult and career education in the Powell Center. So thank you so much.
Hello again, Paul Gansemer, Adult Career and Technical Education.
I'm here.
Hi, Ms. Bray. Just want to come to you to also give support from MTC as well as Adult Career Education for the Police Athletic League for putting this all together. This is something important for the area. As you know, education is extremely important. What happens is it becomes availability and accessibility. So a lot of the people in that area want and have the desire to be able to have more education, but how long do I have to sit on the bus, as Dr. Halpin said, to be able to get to where I need to be able to get that education? So we know that there's other plans for other things in the area that might be down the street or close by, but this is an opportunity for us to be able to go to where it's needed, to the students. So, you know, as I see the plan, I see some rooms and some availability to be able to have some teachers be able to have some part-time ESOL classes. They might have students, they might have some children of their own that are going to be a part of Soren 4. Well, this will give them an opportunity to be able to have somebody have activities for their children while they're actually able to go get some education, either to learn some more English or to even maybe catch up and finish, get a GED to be able to get their education. Some of the other things that we could be able to offer would be any kind of programs that adults might want to be a part of. We call it adult enrichment programs. So it may not be ESOL class, it may not be a GED class, but it could be something of interest. We've had classes about how to be a better babysitter up in the east part of the county. We could provide different services through MTC to be able to provide different educational opportunities. I do want to say we would not be able to offer any of the technical programs just because a couple things. One, the expense of the equipment. Where's the equipment going to go? Taking care of the equipment. And then the other part of it too is accreditation as far as having a satellite. So when we say adult education, we're really looking at everything except for maybe the technical programs. But as I opened, those technical programs could be in other places that they would have better access through the city bus, through the county bus system. We do have large numbers of ESOL out in that area. Right now, a lot of them are traveling to get to MTC Maine to be able to do classes. I've had the opportunity to speak to each of you about the need for room for students. So this could be able to help with some of that room that we're going to where the students are. The other thing is we don't really know how many students don't go to MTC Maine because of the distance that this could allow to be able to raise the enrollment for our ESOL population or even with our GED population. So as far as adult and career and technical education, we're in support of PAL being able to have this facility. We want to be great partners and be able to provide an educational service for the people in that area. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And Principal Escorcia?
Hi, good evening. First of all, I just want to tell you that PAL has been supporting our school the last 4 years. Not only the students, but the staff. I mean, they give us gift cards. They have been a true partner because we don't have a PTO. I don't know if you know that, but they are our PTO. They're the ones that give us everything. They mentor. They just provide so much support. They come to all our activities, all our community events, and they've been talking to me about this for a while now. So this is the first time I see that one though, so I'm like, wow, that looks amazing. I've seen this one. I was like, wow, that looks really good. But we're so excited about all the benefits that it's going to bring to our students, and definitely our students, this is a great opportunity for them. That football field, the soccer field, everything that they showed me, I'm like, now seeing it like this, I'm like, okay, this is going to be great for them. Having that adult early literacy and adult, that's our families, that's what they need. This would just benefit them so much, and just that partnership that they've already shown us when they were over there. Now having the site, I can't even only imagine what it would bring to our school. So we are very, very excited.
Thank you.
And we thank them. We continue for their support. Thank you. Thank you, Pal.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, for letting the school district
Yeah.
hear. Thank you.
Thank you. Board, I know we may have some that want to speak. I don't see anybody lit up to
Yeah.
speak. There you go. Ding, 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 ding.
I'll get it over.
I'm gonna
Go ahead.
try to get this, because we do have, obviously, we're gonna make comments. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a motion out, so then we can hopefully get a second, and then as we discuss, we're gonna have discussion and comments and stuff like that anyways. But there's obviously an ask to get the district and PAL representatives together to start negotiations. So I want to make a motion to move forward in negotiations between the school district of Manatee County and the Police Athletic League in regards to a partnership to create a PAL community center. So looking for a second for
Second.
that.
I want to be the second.
So we've got a motion and a second. So now I know we've got, did you hit that motion for me? Yes, I did. Thank you. So I know we have discussion, Tatum, Felton, and that's it. Sorry.
I'll go second to last.
So I'm up.
Yes, sir.
So initially, when I went to the, can I hear it? Initially, I went to the meeting about this.
Yeah.
What do we need? Okay.
So we can see.
Thank you.
So she can sit.
Hey, y'all.
Look at this team effort here.
Love it.
Everybody rolling in.
Thank you.
I didn't know there was 5 of y'all.
Yeah, how about that? Imagine that. So when I went to the initial meeting, the sheriff was there and Dr. Halpin was there, and I think it's a great idea. I did have some concerns about the amount of money that was being requested, but as I've become more informed about what the project's going to do, I really like the idea of doing some adult education classes there and helping with our reading programs there. I'm more inclined to definitely support something like this. It'll kind of be up, I think, to Dr. Breslin and her staff to see what that looks like and what amount of money we would want to dedicate towards something like this. But I'm definitely in support of supporting the project as long as it fits into our budget and it's reasonable. But I'd like to see us do something. So that's all I have to say about that. Thanks.
Awesome. Thank you, Ms. Felton. Sprague.
I'm going to respectfully disagree with the mayor's assessment of Rogers as failing since day one. I believe the school is working really hard. They've been a consistent C, with the exception of the year coming back from COVID. But that was pretty much across the bar in schools across the state. So it is a difficult population. I completely accept that. But they are doing great things there and working really hard with their kiddos. And so I just wanted to put that out there. With regards to the project, I like the project. I like the idea of bringing more into the community. When you have a population that is not able to travel, we need to meet them where they're at. And that has always been my view of things. As most of you know, I taught Title I schools my career, first at Harley Middle School and then at Southeast High School. These are my kids. They're going to be affected as they grow older. And their little brothers and sisters that I taught are going to be affected as well. So these are my kids. I appreciate every effort to help them. I have a couple of concerns. One is I want to make sure, and I'm sure our attorneys over there will be all over it, concerns about legal issues with regards to property use, making sure we have all our partnerships sorted out, because when you've got this many organizations working together on one project, that can get sticky. So I have definite concerns about that. I'm sure that legal will work on that and make sure that all the lines are clearly drawn so nobody is complaining later that everybody's stepping on each other's toes. So that is a concern for me. The other thing, as Colonel Tatum said, is cost. As you all know, we have had a lot of issues in the last 6 to 9 months with regards to finance here at the district. The tax collector's office decided to keep our portion of our millage funds. I still haven't figured out why he thinks he's entitled. but that's another story. And so that's a chunk of almost $2 million that we had taken away from students and teachers. We have uncertain federal funding. God knows whether or not we're going to get funding next summer. So that's a big concern of mine. And a lot of that funds, including our title funds, help those Title I kiddos. So that's great to have PAL there, but if we can't provide our portion to those schools, then we're not doing our job. And then last, again, persistent cuts. Every year we lose money from the state. They keep funneling it out to other educational programs that are not public schools. So I have serious concerns there as well. So my concerns are if you request a large chunk of money, I'm not in favor. We can't keep doling out money out of our reserve and expect to be able to continue to function as an organization. We have a lot of taxpayers that we're responsible for. And so that is a concern of mine. It depends on pretty much how you want to do the financing. That is where my sticking point is. All right.
Thank you. Ms. Spray? Ms. Katie?
Okay. Some of the notes as everyone was speaking, I wrote down, okay, potential GED classes in that area, and it was touched on. I wanted to hear from Principal Scoria, so I'm glad that you brought him up. I was going to if someone didn't. Another thing I wrote, feeder programs to middle and high school. That is critical to me. If you're going to have programs there, it's going to be from the students from Rogers and the community, but more next door neighbor Rogers. That's going to be the programs that we have there is going to be feeding the middle and the high schools. So that's very important to me. And I think that's going to ultimately be the hub of the area. And this is the kind of notes I wrote while all of you were speaking. As far as a SOAR 4, I've been advocating for one north of the river. We're getting closer to the river, just not quite across the bridge, but we have a vision to get there. I toured this region. I was fortunate to tour the region with Congressman Buchanan and with County Commissioner Ballard a while back. And to me, this would revitalize this whole area. And that sends a message to the people in the community that we care enough to invest in your region, to invest in the students' future. And that's what it's about to me. It's an investment, not so much a burden of a cost, it's an investment. Because we have so many great kids at the school. I've been there and I've seen these kids, they're eager. They just don't have some of the amenities that other schools offer. And with this being a next door neighbor, I think it would be just so beneficial. I'm gonna be in total support of this for my district. We need it for my district. And I think it's gonna be a game changer. No pun intended for the sports, but that's where I'm at with it. And I'm thrilled to be, if I'd known there was gonna be a motion, I would have made it myself, but yeah. I'm thrilled to have it here. Thank you.
Ms. Kennedy?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'll be really brief because Mrs. Spray just took the words pretty much out of my mouth. No, I just wanted to kind of remind my board colleagues about it's not just about the cost to the school board or to the cost to all the partners involved, but it's about the outcomes that we can achieve with that investment, to your point, Mrs. Spray. And I want to stay focused on that because this will be a game changer for the neighborhood. PAL's been in existence since 1997, but this partnership takes what PAL has been doing for this long just to a completely next level. And I live right across 14th Street near Ballard. So, these are kids, these are families that need these assets. And this as public agencies is what I think, this is just my opinion, but this is what we're here for, is to build public assets, to build public investments in our neighborhoods and our kids. So I know there's a lot of details that we have to work out, where all of our representatives are going to be in the weeds for a long time over this, not just about finances, but about what's going to go where and how do we solve traffic and how do we solve parking. But we're going to get there. I mean, we have been, maybe not in a partnership of this size and with this many players, but I am 100% confident we can get this thing open by the fall of 2028, right, Mayor Brown? That's ambitious, but I think with all of these, everybody who's in this room, and thank you, Mr. Reynolds, I met you it feels like many months ago when I first heard the idea, and I think you're going to attest, I was very excited at that first meeting, and I'm even more so tonight. I can't wait to get more detail. I was just looking at the back of those boards. I'm looking forward to seeing the details, but yeah, we've got a lot of stuff to work out, but I think you can count on this board to carry our part of the weight. Thanks, Jim.
Thank you. Yeah, I want to say first, thank you to our staff who's been meeting throughout the last several months, et cetera. You know, Mr. Penley and Mr. Rinaldi before he retired, and obviously Mr. Clark now coming in and meeting with and seeing how this could possibly be done already beforehand. We just need something official to be able to check that box to say let's really get roll our sleeves up and really look at what the contract looks like. And we got to keep our attorneys and stuff busy. So
thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. But again, I think that this goes back to I believe PAL is a special place. I believe that does things that we can't inside the school. But I do believe this community center, and I think the city park concept is great, but I don't think the city park concept is nearly as great without this community center. I mean, other than you take this community center out of this picture of City Park, and you got baseball parks, right? This is City Park, and this was the vision several years ago made by the city. And the one thing I don't think that that may not be able to be seen yet, but it will be, is the collaboration. Tell me what other city, county, sheriff, nonprofit, us as a district, school district, I mean, there's 6-7 entities getting together in this and saying we want to make a change for a neighborhood that needs it and deserves it. And I think this is really special. And I think it's going to be Manatee County yet again that's on the precipice of and showing how collaboration can work between all counties of government for one cause, which is to change lives. And I think this is going to be a generationally changing space that, listen, I wish would have happened decades ago, right? But it's here in front of us now, and I'm really excited. And like Mr. Kennedy said, look, there's going to be a lot of stuff going back and forth, and that's why we have the attorneys that are smarter than me that can figure it out. And I'm glad for them, and I'm just glad we're going to hopefully be able to move forward with this vote to get this moving, because we've talked about it for a long time, talked about it for probably a year and a half or so, and now let's get it to the table to allow the all the groups to get together and figure it out. So really appreciate Sheriff, Pal, Bruce, Carl. I know we've been talking about stuff for a long time, and obviously, of course, the mayor and the city and Ron and NDC. Thank you guys very much. So with that, we don't have anybody else to speak, so let's go ahead and vote on the approval to allow the district and PAL to start negotiating. Passes 5-0. Thank you all very much. We're going to take a quick recess. We'll be back at 7:10.
Yes.
All right.
All right, welcome back. Room is emptied. Guess there's nothing else cool left to talk about. Item,
It really is.
item number 9, consent items. Superintendent Breslin.
Yes, sir, thank you. The superintendent recommends approval of the consent agenda for the November 10, 2025 school board meeting.
So moved.
I'll second.
Session motion.
Motion is second on the floor. Let's go ahead and vote on the approval of the consent items. Pretty sure it passes 5-0. All right. Excellent. Is it, there you go.
There it goes.
Okay. All right, moving on. So I'm going to recess the regular school board meeting. I'm going to open up the meeting of the leasing corporation, Manatee Leasing Corporation. Board, I'm looking for a motion to approve the facilities agreement between the Manatee School Board Leasing Corporation and the School Board of Manatee County.
So moved.
I'll second.
Got a motion and a second. It's a leasing corporation. Are we open to any public comment?
Did it work?
We don't have any? No one wants to come up?
It's open.
Okay. Any discussion, board?
Nope.
Oh, there we go. Nope.
All right, let's go ahead and vote on the approval
Yeah, it must have went through.
of the Manatee School Board Leasing Corporation facilities agreement usage with the School Board of Manatee County. That passes 5-0. I'm going to close this meeting of the Leasing Corporation. And now I'm going to bring us back to our regular meeting for this evening. And we're going to move to item number 13, new business. Superintendent Breslin.
Yes, sir, thank you. The superintendent recommends approval of the budget amendments for September 2025.
So moved.
I'll second.
So we have a motion and a second. You're up. Ms. Sellers is out, so you're pinch hitting.
So for the September 2025 budget amendments, there were 659 budget amendments in total, with 2,642 chart strings. We had 2 entries that were over $1 million, and both were in the general fund, moving amounts reserved for PICO disbursements to the individual charter schools. And that's really all we had this month.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Easy month. I know we were briefed about it in our briefings. Any board members lit up to speak? I'm sorry, I don't have that window up. Nope.
No.
Seeing none. We had a motion and a second, so let's go ahead and vote on the approval of the budget amendments for September 2025. And that passes 5-0. Thank you very much. Item number 14, new business, no superintendent recommendation. All right, board, first item 14.1 is the approval of the board's legal firm evaluation for the period of 24-25. Obviously, Mr. Dye is the actual attorney that is here, but the firm, his firm is who represents us. Evaluations came in. I think everybody saw the evaluations that from everybody else's as well. Any comments or thoughts from the board members? Looking for a motion to approve as well.
So moved.
I'll second.
All right. Let's go ahead and vote on the approval of the board's legal firm evaluation for the period of 24-25. Just, Mr. Dye, do you want to say anything?
I just want to thank the board for going through the process of ranking us and the effort that it takes to do that. It's good feedback for us.
Yeah.
So
Keep up the
appreciate
good
it.
work.
This has been great. Thank you.
We have your number.
All right, let's go ahead and vote on the motion that's on the floor to approve the board's legal firm evaluation. That passes 5-0. Item number 2, board, we spoke about this, I believe, at the Halloween workshop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How everything runs together now. But we talked about the naming of the new elementary school in Artisan Lakes. So we need to advertise it as Veterans Elementary School, with the final vote being in December's meeting, so we need to do it for 30 days. So looking for a motion in a second.
I'll move.
I'll second.
Any comments, board, about this? I think
It's awesome.
Talked about it, yeah, during the workshop.
Yeah, Chad, if I may?
Yeah.
Yeah, just one of the interesting, just for public consumption, the naming this of Veterans Elementary kind of integrates with the county, Manatee County's Veterans Park, which is adjacent to our property. So there's kind of synergizing our themes here with the county, which seems to be one of tonight's themes.
Yeah, for sure. Ms. Felton?
I just wanted to say that I find it highly appropriate that we're doing this right before Veterans Day. We've
Right.
attended,
Same thing.
sorry, Ms. Bray, that we've attended Veterans Day celebrations today, and this is just a nice culmination of today's activities.
I'm not going to speak because she just said what I was going to say.
She stole your thunder. All right, let's go ahead and vote on the advertising for the new name of the elementary as Veterans Elementary School. And that passes 5-0. Item number 15.1 and 15.2, just information only about financial statements and also the charter financial statements as well. So moving through, wrapping up. Item number 17, updates, instructional update first, Mr. Jensen.
Absolutely. Chair Choate, board members, Superintendent Breslin. Just some good news to share with you today on the instructional side of the house. We had 2 state marching band competitions this past week. The FFCC Outdoor Championships and the FMBC State Championships.
Well done.
2 different organizations. Braden River High School in the FFCC was the overall grand champion for Class 1A, 2A, and 3A. They finished first place in Class 3A. They won Best Color Guard, Best Percussion, and Best General Effect. So just a really strong performance by Braden River High School at States.
Awesome.
We also had strong showings by Parish Community High School at FMBC, where they were 5th place in Class 3A and a state finalist, and 6th place by Lakewood Ranch High School in Class 4A at the state championship as well. So kudos to our amazing band programs. They really performed well last week.
That's great.
We also had the annual catapult competition on Saturday at Southeast High School. Thanks to our students, families, STEM teachers, and our curriculum department for hosting just an incredible event, overflowing with people. I'm happy to announce and recognize the teams who won awards tonight. We had a total of 118 teams from 33 different schools compete, and they compete in 2 categories. There's accuracy and there's distance. So who can go the furthest, and then who can be the most precise. So in accuracy, we had 6th place were the Flying Falcons from Freedom Elementary. In 5th place were the Falcons from Freedom Elementary. In 4th place were the Chicken Nuggets from Manatee Elementary.
Love it.
In 3rd place were the Jays from Williams Elementary. In 2nd place was Jaws from Harvey K through 8. And 1st place was Mustard from Palmetto Elementary in the accuracy. For distance, we had 6th place was the Bananas from Gullet Elementary. 5th place was the Speedsters from Canaan. 4th place was the Dreaming Armadillos from Harvey. In 3rd place, the Smooth Criminals from Johnson K8. 2nd place was the Chicken Nuggets from Manatee L. Again, they were the only team to place in both categories.
Nuggets.
And then in 1st place was the Quadra-Barrels from Braden River Elementary. So congratulations to all those students and teams for a great day out at Southeast High School. And finally, kind of the culmination of all of today's great stuff, we have a number of our high school band programs and JROTC programs participating in a number of parades tomorrow throughout the county. So we invite all community members to come out and see our programs in action and recognize a great day of celebration. We have Parish Community High School that's going to be in the Parish Veterans Day Parade. Lakewood Ranch in Southeast will be in the Anna Maria Veterans Day Parade. And Palmetto and Braden River will be in the Palmetto Parade tomorrow. So you can see those bands perform. And then we also have our JROTC programs across all schools participating in a number of different events and parades. So it should be a great day of celebration tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Operations. Clark.
Good afternoon, Board Chair, Vice Chair, Board members, Dr. Breslin. Thank you for allowing me to share a few updates. First off, Human Resources Job Fair update. We have operational job fair coming up on November 13th, 2 to 5 p.m. at Wakeland. We're including normal operations folks, but then also looking for paraprofessionals, RNs, and LPNs, nurses. Then we have a virtual teacher and para job fair on November 18th. And then with all the upcoming community events going, we'll be having a recruiting presence at a number of those events. The Manatee County Stand Down event, Veterans Fair, Parish Fall Festival, high school career fairs, and the Chamber of Commerce Fall Expo. I want to encourage staff to read this month's Thrive newsletter, which is filled with helpful resources to support your well-being, from a healthy holiday recipe and Thanksgiving travel tips, which is important right now, to smart strategies for staying financially well throughout the season. In addition to seasonal wellness, November highlights several important health observances that offer valuable education and support. First up, it's American Diabetes Month. Whether you're managing diabetes or supporting a loved one, education is key. Please check out resources at the American Diabetes Association website. Also, it's flu season, as you know. I'm already hearing some sniffling and sneezing in the back there earlier. So let's all do our part to stay healthy and protected. Stay hydrated. Make sure we're washing hands. It's also Lung Cancer Awareness Month. As you know, lung cancer remains the leading cause of cancer deaths in the U.S., but early detection and prevention can save lives. Please make sure you visit the American Lung Association website for more information on that. Food and nutrition. My colleague touched on a bunch of food items, so I won't mention bananas or any of that fun stuff. But food and
We need
nutrition.
nuggets.
Yeah, and nuggets, right? I'm getting hungry.
Right.
All right. So Food and Nutrition Services celebrated First Responders Day on Tuesday, October 28th, by inviting local heroes to join students for lunch across a number of our campuses. This special event held, we had firefighters, sheriff's officers, police officers, EMTs into our cafeterias. These local heroes were treated to lunch with students, which is really neat, and they were able to share important information with our kids, our students. Last up, transportation. We currently have 107 bus drivers, which is high. I'm excited. I remember last year, most of the year, we were in the mid to low 90s. Right. So we're holding steady there. 103 bus attendants and 7 van drivers. It helps us with this too, all right? We're getting to schools on time and getting kiddos home at a respectable time. But field trips, we currently have 30 bus drivers on our field trip roster, which is voluntary, which is good. And with that, since July 1, we've had 342 field trips using over 401 buses. That's almost 21,000 students. It's 2150 actually, 20,100 almost. And we've gone over 25,000 miles traveled for taking kids to field trips. So that's very important for our kiddos. All the neat events that Mr. Jensen and his team want our kids to go, we're able to transport them and give those kids those experiences. So I want to say thank you to our transportation team for helping out with that. Thank you.
Thank you. Legal.
I think we're good.
Awesome. Always good to hear.
We gave you a big job.
We give you something. Yeah.
Well, we didn't have enough to do, so
Yeah,
I appreciate you worrying about our
You're
workload.
welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Adulation.
Superintendent.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Board members, books are fun. I'm getting ready to send you the luncheon for that great community organization that supports our schools, and a couple of fun facts about Books for Fun. They distribute 3,600 books every month to 164 classrooms in 10 schools. And they're not done with that. They, of course, have already been participating in our SOAR and 4 monthly events. They are coming out to the SOAR Lab on the 15th of November to read to students as well. So thank you to that organization and for all their support with schools. You met our principals of our new elementary schools this evening. They will also be at our rezoning events scheduled for next week, so they can meet their new parents as they welcome their new students on their campuses. I will say it just so happens that both are products of the School District of Manatee County, which I think is really special. And together they have over 45 years of experience in education, which is also really special. So congratulations to both of those principals. And playoffs, football playoffs, we have 4 schools in playoffs. We have Parrish and Bayshore and Manatee and Palmetto. Both Manatee and Palmetto will have home games this Friday. Parrish and Bayshore are playing away, so we wish all schools luck. And then today, in addition to some wonderful events on the campuses, we had the recipient of the Art in the Capitol award be presented today with Senator Boyd. So I thank you for his time and recognizing our very talented student. She's a student at King Middle School, Michaela McCade, McDade. So congratulations to her. Her artwork is amazing. It will hang in the Capitol for the next year during the legislative session. Very proud of her. She was surprised. Her mom was over the moon, and so a great honor. So thank you all.
Thank you. Board comments. Tatum, Felton, Kennedy, Spray, Choate. Ms. Tatum.
Okay, so first I just wanted to give a shout out to Lynn Johnson. She was the lady who primarily organized the catapult competition. I mean, there are a lot of other people there that worked with her, but she was the team leader. So to her and her team, we might actually have to move the event because I got there about 11:30 or so when the competition was over and for the award ceremony because I wanted to see that, and I thought we were giving away free money or something. I mean, the parking lot was full and down the road, so we may have to move it. But it's great to see that, you know, there were lots of parents there, and they were excited, and the kids were excited, and it's just an all-around good event. So good on that. So for my safety moment here this evening, since it is Veterans Day tomorrow, I wanted to, and since it's not too late, I wanted to tell us a little story. So if you'll indulge me, there's a tie-in with it. So I had the privilege of talking at Braden River Middle School last Friday for Veterans Day, and one of the points that I made, I said to the students, I said our worst friends were those who are more concerned about our comfort than our well-being, and I wanted to expound on that a little bit. And maybe if I don't go too long, someone could even take this clip and, you know, use it in the classroom as a learning moment. So what we mean by that is that when we see people that are involved in destructive behavior, either towards themselves or other people, and we don't call them out on it or go to an authority and point it out, we're really not being good friends to those people, because what's really in their best interest is that they stop that behavior that's destructive to themselves or destructive to other people. So, you know, for instance, I was reminded as I was thinking about my comments this evening, this happened just 2 days ago, actually 3 days ago. Headline is, Manatee County teen sentenced for shooting 16-year-old in head and killing him. And this situation, if we remember that, was a young teenager took a gun to a party, and it was loaded, and he was playing with it, and it went off. And now that young man is going to spend 15 years in prison with 4 years of probation and 1 year of community service. And when these type of things happen, whether it's a suicide or something like this, somebody always knows that the person is usually involved in some type of destructive behavior. I guarantee you that somebody knew that that young man had that gun. Somebody knew that he was bringing it to the party. And I know none of us want to be quote unquote a snitch, but the consequences of not saying something are these type of things. And so the best thing we can do for our friends and people that we care about is loyalty is all well and good right up to the point where someone is planning on doing something or could do something to hurt somebody else or hurt themselves. And so I think we have a moral obligation to either confront them, or if we don't feel comfortable doing that, then to go to somebody in a position of authority that we trust and say, I think this person is involved in self-destructive or behavior that's going to hurt themselves and or other people. And that's how we can be the best friend that we can to other people. Now, as far as this idea of being a friend and being like, you know, someone who's watching out for each other, I did want to tell you a little veteran story here. So maybe some of you heard me talk about a gentleman named James Stockdale. He was a fighter pilot in the Navy. He ended up spending 2,714 days in North Vietnamese prisoner of war camps as the commander of that camp. So I think I have a picture ready to put up. Maybe if the people in the back there, our technical folks, could put that up there. This is a picture of Admiral Stockdale. That medal around his chest is the Medal of Honor with the blue ribbon and the white stars. Interestingly enough, everybody who gets the Medal of Honor gets saluted. No matter if you're a corporal and you get the Medal of Honor, the Chief of Staff, the United States Air Force, with a bunch of stars on his or her shoulders is going to salute you. That's the highest medal that you can get in the United States military. So I just wanted to tell you a quick story here about looking out for each other, so to speak. This is from an article that Admiral Stockdale wrote when he got out of the prisoner of war camp. He came out, he went on to be the president of the Citadel. He was and got to be a 3-star admiral in the Navy. He actually was Ross Perot's running mate, if we remember that far back. Remember that guy? That's who it was. So anyway, this is a recounting of a very serious incident, time in the prison camp. It was the fall of 1969. I had been in this role as the senior commander of the prisoners for 4 years and saw nothing left for me to do but check out. I was solo in the main torture room in an isolated part of the prison the night before what they told me would be my day to spill my guts. There was an eerie mood in the prison. Ho Chi Minh had just died and special dirge music was in the air. I was to sit up all night in traveling irons. My chair was near the only pane glass window in the prison. I was able to waddle over and break the window stealthily. I went after my wrist arteries with the big shards. I had knocked the light out, but the patrol guard happened to find me passed out in a pool of blood, but still breathing. The Vietnamese went to general quarters, got their doctor, and saved me. Why did they save me? Did they care about me as a human being? No, it was not until after I was released years later that I learned that that very week, my wife, Sybil, was in Paris demanding humane treatment for prisoners. She was on world news, a public figure, and the last thing the North Vietnamese needed was me dead. There was a very solemn crowd of senior North Vietnamese officers in that room as I was revived. Prison torture, as we had known it in Hanoi, ended for everybody that night. And so the lesson there is we can all get to the end of our rope, even a guy who's got a Medal of Honor on his chest. And that's kind of goes back, I'm tying that back in as the safety aspect of this, is when we see people that are doing things that are destructive to themselves or other people, they're starting to get towards the end of their rope. And they need someone to roll in, like Admiral Stockdale's wife did. And she was her brother's keeper. And that's what saved him. The North Vietnamese may have been the ones that wrapped up his wounds, but her efforts, being his wingman, as I like to say, is what saved him that night, being her brother's keeper. And now you know where I got the idea on the back of my coin where it says, I am my wingman's keeper. It wasn't my cleverness. It was actually Admiral Stockdale who inspired that idea for me. So yeah, let's remember that the best way that we can be our brothers and sisters' keepers and be their wingmen is to not let them continue down the road of self-destructive behavior to themselves or other people. And much like another great American veteran is known to say, that's all I have to say about that. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Felton.
First, I just want to wish a happy Veterans Day to my dad, Robert Thomas, who is a Navy veteran. I grew up with him being on an aircraft carrier and being a helicopter pilot and just thinking he had the coolest job in the whole wide world. And so I just want to wish him a happy Veterans Day. Second, I will be freezing my tuchus off at the parish parade tomorrow. Come out and join me. Dress warm. It's supposed to be really, really, really chilly. But that's from 10 to 2. So I just wanted to put that out there. And then all of you had approved me to travel to Port Charlotte to attend the to attend the National Conference on School Climate, Culture, and Violence put on by the School Safety Advocacy Council. That was last week, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I was there with Steve Cronus, who's our District Threat Management Coordinator, and also with Sergeant Mark Franzik, who is one of MSO, who's one of our School Resource Officer supervisors. I can get that all out. And the three of us were basically hanging out together through all of these presentations. They were incredible. I very much appreciate having the opportunity. I learned so much. Every workshop was spot on. I've met several people, collected business cards of people that I'm going to pass on to district staff who would be beneficial in meeting with our teachers, as well as, or possibly our guardians. And I'm sure Mr. Cronus is on that as well. But we exchanged ideas. Sergeant Franzik and I were like, oh, what about doing this and what about doing that? So it was really a phenomenal workshop. Some of the things some of our presentations were on after-school event planning and security, enhancing mental health. Let's see, what else? Stopping tragedy before it happens. That was an excellent presentation from Broward County Sheriff's Office relating to the Robert Mondragon arrest. He was planning a Columbine/Parkland style shooting in that Parkland neighborhood at an elementary school. Recognizing dangerous people. Let's see, and we wrapped up on Friday with leading a culture of safe schools, lessons learned from school safety vulnerability assessments, and comprehensive approach to school safety. And with presentations from law enforcement, from other districts, met some fabulous folks who came down from Long Island and gave a presentation, their superintendent with their school board members and several of their executive staff. It was really absolutely phenomenal, and I will be passing all this information on to Dr. Breslin as well. So thank you all very much for the opportunity.
That's me next, right?
That's it.
Okay, thanks, Heather. I just want to spend a second to give a shout out to my dad. I was going to leave early just because my dad is here this weekend because he's turning 85 tomorrow. And so, and God bless him, he's doing amazing. He's physically great, he's mentally great. And it's his last night in town, so I was going to cut out a little bit early as soon as we stopped voting, but I wanted to stick around. I'm glad I did because Mr. Tatum, that was very interesting. And Heather, your updates are always, Heather, I appreciate your energy because you are, as a first year board member, you're so excited about, and you just exude that excitement. And I guess I'm on the other end of the spectrum, and I do not exude excitement, but I appreciate the energy that you bring. And there was a lot of really interesting stuff that happened at this meeting tonight. And Mrs. Jacobs, you're the only person here from the public who does not have some reason for their job to be here. So thank you for being our sole member of the public who is here to witness all the interesting stuff that happened tonight. And I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. It has been. I don't mean that sarcastic. Oh, no, There's been a lot of very interesting things presented. Well, since you're not a mic, I'm going to just say Mrs. Jacobs concurs. It has been an interesting meeting. But thank you for being here. And consistently, thank you for being here. And to my board colleagues, this team is just, and to Superintendent Breslin, who's an integral part of this team. Superintendent Breslin, you are always available whenever I need. So responsive and just on top of things. The superintendent board team is just really, it's just one of the best groups I've been a part of in my time as a board member. So I thank you all for all this great stuff we got going on. And Mr. Dye, the reward for the great job that you've done is more work. So enjoy. It's a pleasure working with you.
Cleared my calendar.
Thanks, Jeff.
Okay, gosh, so many things. My lapel pin, I got at Terra when I was there to tour their school, and they practiced their Veterans Day program that they were doing today. So I got to preview that, and it was wonderful. So that was kind of a good thing. Also, prior to that, I was at Rowlett. I went to Rowlett on Friday, I think it was. There's so many events, so forgive me if I get your days wrong. But I was at Terra, Rowlett, Freedom, King, and Daughtry. in the last few days. So that's why I'm saying if I get my days mixed up, that's why, because it's been such a busy. And also went to the Mixins event where they passed the key to the county, and we had students there to help put plants in the ground for that event. I know Southeast was one, and I can't remember.
Johnson, I believe.
Johnson, yeah,
Yes,
Johnson
ma'am.
and Southeast were there. So that was, I didn't expect that, but when I got there, and again, it was one of those busy days, you get so much. I saw our bus, and I'm like, oh yeah, I remember now. Some of our kids are coming. So that was pretty cool. Probably the most heart-wrenching thing was the story at Southeast from, I just call her Mrs. H because I'm terrible at names, Miss H.
Mrs. Hirsch.
Yes, Miss Hirsch. It was a gut-wrenching story. And the students in the room, you could, from where was sitting in the front, I could hear some gas in the room, but she gave you enough she was a living scholarship writer, just her story. And what you learned from listening to her story is enough information to apply for the VOC scholarship to get that $5,000. I mean, it's out there waiting for you to get. If you just listen and go back to that, you've got enough material there to do that. I did want to mention too that the rezoning, the first meeting is the 17th coming up, and then the following the 19th and the 20th. I just want to keep reminding the community that that's still going on. Other than that, I think the vote for this community center with Powell, I think is going to be one of the biggest votes that we've had in the upcoming years, because that's going to be a life changer for a lot of people in this area, in the whole district and county, to be honest with you. And I can't wait to see it come up out of the earth and be formed into something very beautiful. So I thank you to the board for supporting that. That's all.
Awesome.
District 2.
Yes.
Just thank you to staff, everybody putting this. I know this wasn't on our calendar, this meeting, so thanks for everybody putting this together. And I'm glad we were able to get some of this in because we needed to before having an extended break. I guess we'll meet obviously for the reorg, but hopefully everybody. I will actually not be here for the reorg meeting. I will be on Teams. I have a work trip that I have to go to, so but hopefully, you know, again, I won't see anybody in person. Hopefully we have a great rest of November. Can't believe it's already almost Thanksgiving break, and it's wild.
Hard to believe.
Wow, this year has absolutely flown by. But I hope everybody has a good rest of the week, and great meeting. Really good stuff happening in Manatee County, no question. So
was a great meeting.
with that, we are adjourned.
Right.